Welcome to another episode of Men That Barbecue. I'm Jono Temple, and today we're going to be cooking beef ribs. So we're going to season them up and get them onto our smoky Weber Mountain, and I'll show you how we cook them. So we have our beef ribs here. So my butcher did a great job in trimming these down so I can get my rub off. So I'm just going to do the final little bits of fat that we don't want, because that just prevents our rub from getting onto our meat. Just have the knife tilted up and slice so that you can see your meat. You don't want to go any deeper. You want to keep as much meat on this bad boy as possible. And that's about done. Now that we have this all cleaned up, we can get it oiled up for our seasoning. Now with competition ribs, you often see that they are cooked so that there's a bit of a bite to them. But because these are home style today, I'm gonna cook them so they're almost falling off the bone. So it'll be a nice 4 hours. We'll do them low and slow and make sure they're nice and tasty for the family a bit later on. So today I'm using my Traeger Beef Rub, giving it a go. Just gonna apply a generous amount over the top. As you guys have probably noticed, our meat cam has updated and we've gotten a bit more technical with using 2 cameras. I hope you guys enjoy it. Please let me know what you think about it in the comments. One side done. So in this beef rub, we have a bit of paprika, some brown sugar, a bit of chili, all what you want in beef rub. So it's nice and rubbed. Then I got a bit of a secret recipe of mine, just to add a bit more texture to our crust. My rub's a bit coarser. I'll give you some of the ingredients, not all, down below. I've got to keep some of it a mystery, otherwise you guys won't be coming back to my page. Just kidding. That's all rubbed, so we'll get it onto the barbecue in just a moment. I'll show you what it looks like when it's on the Weber. So now that our season's settled a little, it's time to get our injection in. So I've got an injection here of 1 part apple juice, 1 part apple cider vinegar, and then 1 part beef stock for that beefy flavor. So I'm just gonna make a nice little dent and squirt it in until it starts to squirt out. You can actually see the meat rise as you pump this stuff in. It makes you feel like you're doing something to the meat. Oh, it's a bit of squirting out. We don't mind that. Okay, that's almost done. Put a little bit of extra rub on for some love. Just the way we like it, a little bit extra. Goes a long way. That is just looking beautiful, right? Beautiful. We'll get it onto the barbecue in just a moment. Our barbecue is at 230 degrees Fahrenheit, 120 degrees Celsius, and it is ready for our ribs to get put on. So I'm just gonna open up my Weber and get the ribs on. I'll show you how we do that. So we're just gonna take our ribs, put them on the barbecue, and we're just gonna leave the barbecue closed for an hour, and then we're gonna check on them. So it's now time to spray our ribs. So we'll get them nice and moist and keep them moist during our cook. We've been 1 hour. We've maintained 120 degrees Celsius temperature inside here, about 250 degrees Fahrenheit. And the ribs are now, let's just see, 51 degrees. So they're doing nicely. So I've got my apple juice, 1 part, and 1 part apple cider vinegar spray. Oh, they're looking great, nice and moist. Spray this. And that's sprayed, all nice and moist. Get that back on. We'll come and check on them in another hour. So it's time to open up our Weber Smoky Mountain for the second time to have a look at our ribs. Oh wow, they're looking great. Really taking up the color. We're using that paprika. Our water pan looks great. I'm gonna give them a nice generous spray. That's great. Get this back on. We'll check back in another hour. So now to prepare our sauce. Today, I will be preheating the sauce just a little bit, so to make sure it's nice and warm while I put it onto our ribs. I'm gonna braise it over just to keep it nice and moist and give it a little bit of extra flavor while they cook. Today we're going to be using Stubbs sauce, as you guys saw. It's a sweet and heat sauce, so I think it's perfect for ribs, especially if you like a little bit of pepper and spice, bit of chili spice as well. I'm going to mix a little bit of apple juice and my apple cider vinegar spray into the sauce just to let it evaporate and let the sauce heat up nicely. So we'll check back when it's time to take out our ribs and wrap them. So now taking a look at our ribs, they've been on for about 3 hours now. That color's looking great. Let's just increase that moisture. Now these are looking really good, so we just got to make sure that they don't get too much color on them before we wrap them. We want a nice mahogany color around the meat, and then we'll wrap them and we'll make sure that we'll get them nice and tender, and that's how we like to eat them. And I'll show you how we do that. And now it's time to wrap our ribs. Once I get my glove off, I'm gonna braise the ribs in our Stubbs sweet and heat sauce. Just give them a nice coating over, just a little thin coat. Don't want to give too much sauce onto the ribs because then we'll ruin our nice crust that we've created with our smoking process. So as you can see, just rubbing them nice and easy. And now for the wrapping process. Fold over the top of the foil. Fold up the sides, making sure that the foil folds nice and tight around your ribs, just so that we don't ruin our crust that we've created, so there's not so much steam in that foil bag. Then I like to have enough foil to wrap it about 3 times, 2 times if you're a bit of a rebel. And just like that, we want to make sure that our juices stay nice and tight in this bag, and that we can get our ribs up to temperature so that they're nice and tender without getting them dry. And we'll get them on the barbecue just now, and I'll show you how we do that. And we're just going to take our rib package here and place it onto our barbecue. Place our thermometer back inside so we can make sure we take the temperature of these ribs. And we'll close that back up, and then we'll only open this when the temperature says about 202 degrees, and then I'll come and check them. And if they're tender enough, I'll take them off. If not, I'll check them every 15 minutes after that. Time to take our ribs off. They should be nice and tender now. So what I like to do now is take my knife and, like a surgeon, cut the foil. It smells so amazing, guys. They look beautiful. Let me get my sauce. In total, I cooked these for about 6.5 hours. I then, for the last 15 minutes after I resourced them, left them in the Weber with the foil open, just so I could let the sauce thicken and harden on top, so we get our nice smoked edges and a nice smoke ring that we all like and enjoy. You can watch me taste them right now. So after a very long cook, I am delighted to see how these beautiful ribs turn out. I'll just open up this foil. So in total, we cooked these for about 6 hours. I wanted them nice and tender. Let's see how we got. Oh. But that tells you something. All the bones fell out. That's hilarious, guys. Okay, so that's a very good sign. I'm happy to see. Let's get these slices all done and dusted. Oh geez, just so tender. It's just falling apart. Yum. So we can see our nice smoke ring. Oh, the smell of this is delightful. I'm gonna get a little bit. That's amazing. Honestly, amazing. I wanted the bones to fall out. They're that tender that when I lifted it, all the bones fell out. So this is a job well done. Definitely recommend this. Stay in tune for some more. Please like and subscribe. Yum. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe for more videos. Please message me and follow me at Mend That Barbecue on Instagram. DM me for some ideas and stuff that you want to see me cook, or email me at mendthatbarbecue@gmail.com. Bye!